you drive on the toll roads here, even in the middle of the city, they have service centers so you don't have to get off the toll road and get back on. And the service centers are quite nice. They've got restrooms and little souvenir shops, places to eat, but most importantly, at the end over there, they've got a Starbucks. Good morning. Today I'm doing a little road trip. I'm headed to Yangjiang and the township of Zhapo. I have been there once before, years ago. Beautiful beaches, and I didn't get to explore the town or some of the nature reserves that are around the town, so I'm looking forward to that. I rented a car for a week, and this is just my first of many little side trips that I'm going to be doing. But first I have to get some McDonald's. So the car that they gave me is a Volkswagen. It's a Volkswagen La Vida, I think that's how you say it. I think it's a little bit bigger than a Jetta, but it's a Chinese version of it. So it's built here in China, and so it has a little bit different specs. The engine is very small. This thing has no power at all, but it's also, the interior materials are a little bit more plasticky. It shakes a little bit. This thing has about 40,000 kilometers on it. It's a few years old, but you can't beat the price. 80 RMB per day for this, and I rented it for 8 days. I mean, it's insane. Where they get you is with the insurance. Now, if you don't have Chinese insurance, you have to get Chinese insurance when you rent a car. And to get full coverage, where you're not going to have any hassles or anything, that almost doubles the price. But still, at 160 RMB per day for the rental and the insurance all together, it's a pretty good deal. And it opens up the whole world to you. I mean, I don't have to rely on public transportation to go places. I can really get into some of the nooks and crannies of China when I rent a car. It's about a 3.5 hour drive out to Yangjiang and Zhapo, where I'm headed. It's just an overnight trip. I'm on the toll roads because they have some 2-lane roads that hug the coast a little bit, but because I only have an overnight thing, I've elected to take the expressway, which is a toll road. They're very smooth. They have service areas, complete with like Starbucks, McDonald's, and things like this along the way. So it's very nice. And I'm going to see some of the countryside. Now, where I'm at now, I'm in between Zhongshan and Zhuhai at the moment, and it is 100 kilometers per hour. Yeah, 100 kilometers per hour, and then they have these cameras that check so you can't speed.
For 110 miles, continue straight.
But it is very gorgeous.
Enter multiple tunnels.
Siri's talking to me, but it is very beautiful in this part of the world. Well, I just pulled onto the island from Yangjiang. It's about an hour drive.
Continue straight at the junction. Use the left 2 lanes.
You go across the sea bridge to an island, which is the tourist area. Now, I remember this island. It's very similar. It's kind of tropical. It feels tropical. The sun is out. It's warm. The beaches should be beautiful.
Use the left 2 lanes.
On the south side of the island are a ton of apartments that you can rent very cheap for as little as $15 a night. You can get a 2-bedroom apartment with a kitchen and everything. And then they have hotels and some luxury resorts and things like this. And from what I remember, a very nice sandy beach with lots of activities to do, and warm water. That was fairly clean last time I was here. I enjoyed swimming. It's also famous for seafood, of course, because it is an island. There's a heavy police presence when you first come onto the island. You have to get through. There was a big police checkpoint, just checking, cars and checking paperwork and things like that. So this is not an easy place to get to. I mean, there is a high-speed rail that goes to the city of Yangjiang, but then you have to get on some kind of transport bus to get out here. And on the island itself is very little infrastructure other than your occasional DD. There are very few taxi cabs and very few public buses, if any. So you really, if you don't have a vehicle or a motorbike, getting around this island, and it's a good-sized island, is pretty much impossible. on this side of the island are a lot of very large apartment complexes. I don't know if you can see that in the background, and in front of it is a giant commercial area that is completely empty. There's a couple of I think there's like a hot pot store and maybe a convenience store, but for the most part, it's a massive outdoor mall that is nothing. It's bordered on this beautiful beach that even in the middle of February is very nice, sunny weather. It's warm. In the summertime, it gets really hot here. You would pretty much have this beautiful, clean beach all to yourself here. And also in this, it's not just apartments, you also have giant mansions and townhouses that are 100% empty. This is a model neighborhood with these giant mansion homes that have like a kind of a New England kind of feel to them. They're beautiful. A little commercial area, they've got a giant dome for conferences, they've got an entertainment complex. Here is really nice. I mean, you got people in podiums saluting you. All the salespeople are in black suits driving these little go-karts for prospective buyers. In the very center is a very interesting looking courtyard with a lot of wedding photos going on. Here we have this very interesting little cottage area. They look like little tiny houses. They're right on the beach. And they have things like Lucky Bar, Queen's Club. It looks like a coffee shop. But they're not open. There's nothing here. But it's a great little walking promenade next to a very lovely little green park. I mean, this is really nice. There's just nobody here. But you can see they got a great little bay. When the tide comes in, it fills up. And this isn't the only place that this is at. This is all over China, are developments like this.